How are you doing there today, folks? I did a video talking about my 1586 International where the check valve has been sticking on me. And I was talking with a man. Let me pull out my business card here because he's up in Iowa. I was on a trip to Iowa, and I really figured, I know there's a lot of International tractors up there. So let me pull up the company name. The man's name is Tom Landherr, Landherr. I'll put the contact information in the description if you're interested, if you have an older model International. And he's at the Stacyville Farm Implement Repair Incorporated. Stacyville Farm Implement Repair Incorporated in there in Stacyville, Iowa. So anyway, he suggested that we're going to talk through this, but I told him about the situation. He says, Ed, you probably got a varnish on that check valve and in that area. Now, it might mean I'm going to have to replace it. We don't know, but this will be the first step. And he told me that in my first fuel filter over there, to put this diesel fuel additive in to empty out the filter, fill this full, and go ahead and make sure I prime it into that area and make sure it sits there. So anyway, I got a trip I have to take up to Nebraska. I'll be back Saturday. Today's Thursday, so we'll let it sit a few days and we'll see how we do. So let's go ahead and get into this, and I'll show you exactly what I'm doing. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do here, and I got a bucket to dump the fuel in, but I'm going to go ahead and remove this filter. I'll shut off my fuel line. I guess I better do that. So we'll shut off my fuel line. And yep. Always worry about whether or not you're going to damage the filter, but when removing them, but there we go. All right. So I'll set this filter down, and we'll dump the fuel that's out of this into the bucket. There we go. So let me go and dump that fuel in there. Yeah, it definitely had a little bit of stuff. My bucket wasn't clean either, so. All right, so I have that. Let's go ahead and dump this fuel additive into the filter. Yep, get it open here. Can't be that fine, Tim. Let me set that down. I think I just got to pop it. There we go. All right, so let me refill this with the fuel additive. Yep. So it filled it up. We have that full now. And I'll put this back on. The big thing, I think, is just it's an older tractor. So it's going to have a lot of issues when you get into older age stuff. So we'll put that on. Just getting it on hand tight. Got it. Okay. Next thing I got to do is go ahead and let me make sure this check valve is open so I can fill this area up, the prime area up, And hopefully this is the last time I have to do that. And my check valve will stay open. If not, I'll have to replace this unit, and I don't want to do that. And like I said, the fuel line is still off. There we go. Let me stick this screwdriver in and make sure that is open. We just used the tractor yesterday, but there it goes. All right, so it's went ahead and got that pop back open. Reseal this. There we go, that's nice and snug. Open up my fuel line. And I'm gonna go ahead and open up my bleeder up here. Left that inside the cab still. Let's go ahead and take a 7/16 here and open this up. Make sure we get that primed properly. And I want to fill this area up with that additive. There we go. Make sure we have to watch it. There we go. It's full. Let me close this up. I've never had a problem really priming this. Make sure everything is solid. There we go. All right, and just really pumping this in to get that additive into that area. Yep, she's getting tight. That's perfect. I want to keep going here a little bit because I really want to get that area full of that conditioner. Let's give that a shot. Got that back on. Now, only thing left for me to do is give it time. And again, this brand, and I'm certain there's other ones, but it's you can see it's Standine diesel fuel additive. So anyway, we'll do that. Now something there that he made a statement I think might benefit guys that Tom was saying. We were actually talking about this. I told him how this is disconnected. And anyway, he says, well, do you know how to use a starter fluid? And I says, well, how would you do it? Or what's the right way of doing it? He said, usually guys, not usually, but a lot of guys will actually hit their button inside the cab, or they'll squirt their starter into their air intake, and then they crank it. And he says, what happens is all that starter fluid goes to one cylinder. He said, what you want to be doing is you want to be cranking it as you go, hit the button, or have a person outside hit the starter fluid. This way it gets dispersed amongst all the cylinders instead of just the one. So anyway, I found that interesting. Maybe you did too. So I never heard anybody talk about that before, but there you go. Well, we'll come back in a few days and see if I can crank this thing right on over. Hopefully that varnish will be gone. Okay, YouTubers, so it's been over a week that I let this 1586 sit here with the solvent in it, and I did go ahead and push the plunger a little bit just to because I don't, you know, it could be a slow leak there on pressure, but I want to find out whether that check valve has been kind of cured. So let's go up here into the tractor, and the issue has never been will it start. The issue is will it stay running. So let's turn it on. So it started up, but will it stay running? I'm going to go and lift up my implement, get that up in the air. If it doesn't, I'll have to go, but it seems to be running pretty well. And if that's the case, it'll be the first time that I've ever started this up on the first try without having to move that check valve. So maybe we got something here. All right, let me go unload this, and we'll see if it stays running.